Alright guys, so the update is finally out. So we got the biggest improvement for this game just in general for the battle system. So that is actually going to be pretty nice. So we are just going to be bringing in the 4 units that we want to try out specifically. We have the close combat unit. We have a unit that has a lot of built-in crits, critical attack, and critical rate. We have the 2 bombardment as Gundam, and then Zeon for the testing out. So before hopping in, I am going to show you guys prior to the update what this team was able to accomplish using just 5 of these units going into the co-ops, and then adding in the EZA. What is the result? And honestly, it was not that great. For the longest, EZA hasn't been working at all, and just the critical attack in this game hasn't been working as effectively as they should be. But after the update, we should definitely see some drastic improvement. So I mean, at this point, you guys should be seeing kind of like the damage per second with EZA, and then just their total timer that is needed to actually take out the co-op enemies. So gonna hop in with the setup, and then we will see what we can do. Alright, so I have been testing under the double zeta for the co-op, so I think I am just gonna keep it as this lineup, 1 time speed, and we will just focus on the J real quick, just because I want to see what kind of interaction we can get as far as like the interval going on. Honestly speaking, if we are just going at it at a 1 time speed, I don't think there's like the biggest improvement. Like, even though you're like getting like, oh, better interval or whatever, but I'm not really feeling any difference at the moment. All right, so that is what I can tell you guys. But if we were to 3 times speed this real quick, let's see what's going on, because I was like, when I was testing things out, I was using 3 times speed. So far for the J, I don't see like the biggest improvement, because this is a close combat unit that has a main and additional, or the secondary weapon being a close range, just the melee, and I don't find myself seeing like the biggest damage improvement. I think the only thing that's really kicking in is the critical attacks. I think ultimately that is what it came down to, and you guys notice that we are getting the HP bar as well. So if you guys want to check your HP, you do have that as well. But you guys can see Unicorn perfectibility is outshining everyone. Alright, like this unit going against a type advantage is doing phenomenal. And yeah, in terms of the type effectiveness now, they have changed it, so apparently if you are fighting type advantage, you are getting some extra damage in there as well. So that is actually pretty nutty. Alright, so let's see how fast it took us to actually complete this. 166, okay, that's pretty good. And previously, if you guys can see the result, Zeon was actually up top with a perfectibility a little bit lower, and the J definitely seeing some better improvement. So now when we do take a look at the kind of like the battle log, you guys can see the damage is actually quite impressive now. My gosh, yeah, there's not really a lot of like this damage cap here and there. I don't see any actually. So yeah, I think it was like when you are fighting type advantage, you are getting a undisclosed 30k damage cap increase, so we don't really see us like having any damage cap issue. But when we take a look at perfectibility, damage wise does get a little bit crazier. Yeah, this is insane. Look at that. Yeah, so I think we are finally having the right system. All right, so that's, yeah, 1 million right there. That's insane. So for Zeon, let's see what's going on. Right now we're not getting the EZA support, but once we do add that, Zeon and Gundam, they are going to be extremely strong. All right, so yeah, see enough of this. So we're gonna hop back in, and then we are tossing in EZ8. All right, so we got in EZ8. So for the first 60 seconds, EZA is going to be adding in tremendous critical rate and critical attack to pretty much everybody, and specifically for bombardment, they are going to be getting some extra bonuses, obviously. So let's go, and I guess this time around we can focus on Xeon. Let's kind of see damage wise. We should be peaking now, right? Oh, whoa, whoa, dude! Look at those damages skyrocketing. My gosh, like any moment now we should be able to hit 200k damage per second, presumably. I feel like. And yeah, I mean, it's looking pretty good, definitely. Yeah, look at that. Wow, still going higher. Xeon still want to get higher, but it's just the fact that we can't quite land those hit. That's the biggest problem. And yeah, just look at everyone. Yeah, we are we are finally back. Look at that. Yep. So there you guys have it. The critical is finally working, and moving forward, Ez8 is going to be another important piece to clan battle, because this unit is going to juice up a lot of like bombardment unit, like for perfectibility. I think I might start investing back into this unit because of the critical rework. So yeah, it's crazy. So as Gundam, I think for a lot of people it will remain one of the strongest DPS unit, like Double Zeta, the green one. Like those are gonna be extremely powerful. All right, so there you guys have it. So we kept the timer by 44 seconds, and Xeon, we claim on top, but I think it's the difference is we were able to clear things faster. But I think ultimately it's just the fact that the critical calculation now is actually there, and I'm not really gonna go into the nitty gritty of it because like yo boy don't really get the calculation of it. The JP bros, I think back when we had this going on for JP, they figured it out, and then I think for global wise, I think we do have people trying to figure out how to do it. So if I do get the source, I'll definitely share it, definitely credit whoever got the whole mathematical portion of things done. But ultimately, how things are working out when we do take a look at this off the chart, what are we looking at, what are the things that we are focusing on? So it's gonna be these two. All right, the critical value and the increased critical. If we do take a look at the in-game description of things, this right here, the critical value is going to be the indicator of like the frequency of like kind of like the probability of actually popping critical attacks, while the increased critical, that is how much increased critical damage you are able to do. So the higher both these values are, the better, a higher chance you can do critical attacks, and the higher critical damage you are able to do. So you know what I did not do? I did not show you guys the insane damage that we were able to do as far as like the battle log, but I mean you guys probably do get is insane. So that is all I can tell you guys. But in terms of getting the stat increase, there's not actually a feasible way of actually increasing that. The only way to actually use these two digits up are this. Oh wow, they actually improved this as well. So we actually got better quality of update like way earlier than JP. So I'm kind of glad that they moved us over. So that is good. But unit enhancement, not unit enhancement, my bad. It is going to be this right here. It would be the potential unleash. This is where we will see improvement. So stat overall is gonna get increased. So this one, bump it up by 300, bump it up by 100. So it's not technically, it's not a lot, but extra bit of it does actually count. But the last thing I do want to show you guys is the fall of some of the stronger arena units. Things like Penelope, things like just Fast. Fast is has one of the shortest living existence for an armor unit, because critical damage now can actually bypass the enemy guards. So things like Penelope, that was phenomenal for their guards, for even Fast, they are fading away now presumably. So I do want to show you guys in a one-on-one mock battle how that is gonna work. So it looks like the O maybe making a comeback, but if not, we are definitely waiting for the next stronger armor unit, which is going to be the purple DO. So I mean, that is going to be the one that a lot of people have to go for. So let's go into the mock battle. All right, so I am trying to see if we can pop those critical attacks, and then that should be able to bypass the defense for Penelope of just the guarding. So I'm gonna see if that is gonna work for. So for S Gundam does have a relatively lower hit count, so going like hitting Penelope would be a little bit tougher actually. So far we have not landed any critical attacks, unfortunately. And what the heck is that camera angle? Yeah, so far we, oh, there you go. So we landed that critical attacks, so that actually just broke through that defense. And keep that in mind, a lot of the unit that we were using, like Penelope, even Gam, don't really have the highest hit count. So technically speaking, breaking that over 100% what is it, guard rate is pretty much impossible. But yeah, that critical attack, you know, literally obliterated Penelope. So if we take a look at here, like take a look at this. So we did 4 damage right there, 2 damage. Once we pop EX skill, we obviously did the EX skill damage right there, increased critical rate by 50%, and we just popped up for 272. So yeah, that is actually insane. So yeah, for Gang, still 7. Did a little bit now, I guess, because we, oh, that's the EX skill right there. But other than that, it's relatively low, pretty low. And same thing for I assume for Penelope as well. So yeah, a lower hit count. Oh, this one is actually a little bit more now, I guess. But yeah, it does looks like, you know, the critical rework, it is gonna make a lot of these stronger option a little bit worse off now. So yeah, I guess we are back to square one. It does looks like, you know, Penelope, GPO2, or not GPO2, fast, they're just they're getting smoked. So as unfortunate as it is, if the enemy is going to be bringing EZ8, it is going to make matters worse, because like we were not even bringing in EZ8 right out the bat, and just S Gundam with the critical increase, all that fun stuff, broke through Penelope already. But there you guys have it. You guys can definitely let me know how fun, or how is it now? Is it fun to see all those bigger damage? Certainly it is. It's just the fact that we have been waiting for EZA to perform as it should be, but now we finally can taste the immense power from EZA. But other than that, that's gonna be it for me, and I will be catching you guys all on the next one.